Hi guys and welcome to our special. It's all going to be about the Copa America today, which will be on its way in Brazil this Friday. So let's talk about it. I'm Leonie and this is Hope Meets Better. Yo, we're back. We have a full house. We've got Devo in the house, Drifty, we've got Matt, and we've got Double H. Welcome, guys. It's been a while since I've last seen you.
To the bank.
It's been a while.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I missed you guys.
That's so nice, man.
No, you have to be, obviously. She's a host, isn't it?
It's been a while.
We've all been together. Do you know what I mean?
Since you never stereotype a guy dressed all in black. He's not trying to rob you.
Yeah, true. I ain't trying to rob no one. Yeah, the show ain't done.
All right, let's start talking about. So the Copa America is happening this week. Actually, it's starting in Brazil. So let's say Brazil is hoping to pick up their first trophy since 2013, I guess. I do remember a really nice match, Germany in the World Cup against Brazil.
Shot fired.
Shot
Fire to the Brazilians. Wow. Let's hope Neymar ain't watching it.
Speaking of Neymar, I'm gonna go in on that guy, man. What? Please continue.
Okay, we can talk about.
He's got an agenda against Neymar.
Okay, well, I think let's start off with the hosts, right? They have a high hopes here. Of course, I guess they're the obvious favorites, but we'll pick that apart as well in a bit. They've only got to the quarterfinals though for the past 3 tournaments. What do we think, guys? Are they the obvious winners? Will they take it? What do you guys think?
I mean, well, basically, I think, look, in my view, Neymar is going to be playing that game, so Neymar's going to be featuring. I don't care about any injuries or anything. When I tune in,
lawsuits pending.
No, lawsuits or whatever lawsuits or anything happened. I don't. Look. Basically, when June 14 pulls through, I expect Neymar to wear that yellow jersey of Brazil because this guy is extremely overrated. He's not won a single major trophy for Brazil, yet people say this guy's a top 4 guy. Now, that is complete fake news. So I feel that let's just assume that Neymar isn't featuring Brazil. No. First of all,
he's ruptured his Achilles. He's not playing.
I don't care. He's playing. I called him. He's playing. So basically, if Neymar pretends not to play, like what's it called, quotation marks, whatever you call these things, parentheses, Brazil are screwed.
I missed you, Double H. It's very good to be back.
No, but it's true. No. If Neymar isn't featuring, Brazil are screwed because Coutinho is from the road. He's not really that kind of dude. David Neres is alright. William is literally straight out of the brick academy. So if Brazil without a Neymar, I don't think they can go all the way. Which is what makes this Copa America so exciting. Is there isn't a strong, clear favourite because when we get to the other teams, you'll see why there are weaknesses in all the other teams. So.
Okay, Matt, you've been shaking your head.
Right. The reason I'm saying my head is you do realise Neymar's injured, right? Like it's not a joke. He came off the pitch crying, bro.
No, it's not.
And I don't think it was about the allegations. I think it was about football.
You fell for it, man.
I didn't fall for nothing.
He's an actor. He was in Triple X3.
Bro, I get that.
What is Triple X3?
It's not what you're thinking. It's actually a film series.
It's a film series. Kids can actually watch the film.
It's a 15. Kids can't watch it. It's like a James Bond.
It's action, over the top action.
Okay, just
it's in the cinema.
Kids can watch this.
But what I was going to say is this though. I think, listen, Neymar, I don't think he's going to play. He's injured.
No, he's not going to play.
He's not playing, bro.
He's trying to use mind games.
Well, no, he's not playing.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is this. He's not playing. Brazil, are they the favourites? Of course they're the favourites. They have to be. And Coutinho needs to step up. Listen, Thiago Silva come out the other day, might have been yesterday, and said, listen, we need to rely heavily more on Coutinho now. We know he hasn't had a great season at Barcelona, but he's got the talent. He just needs to get the confidence back. And I think if they believe in him, he can show everyone what he's about. And I do think, not what Double H thinks, but I think Coutinho still has the talent to do something. He just had a bad season. Let's not forget about how talented this boy is and what he's done at Liverpool and his first season at Barcelona or half season. The guy has quality, and I'm expecting I'm expecting Brazil at least to get to the finals.
I would also argue that something happens when players play for their national team, right? I think they can perform differently and they change, right? So maybe even though they had bad seasons, maybe it's somewhere else. It might change actually when they're on pitch for their country. What do you reckon?
Nope.
I think the thing I would say as well. I'll start with Coutinho. and there's going to be a lot of pressure on him because this is in Brazil. The pressure is intensified, and that's why they could have done with Neymar, because Neymar would take a lot of that pressure off of the team because it's all going to be on him. But now Neymar's not there. All of this pressure is on the players that are currently there, and a lot of it will go on Coutinho as a creative spark in that team. Having the season he's had, will he be able to perform under that pressure? I don't know. But for me, talk about Neymar, taking him out of the team gives the team a little bit more balance, in my view. I think sometimes when you have Neymar, you're looking for him all the time, And because he just wants to do whatever he wants, he's wandering all over the place, he's not sticking to a particular role, kind of upsets the balance of the team. So when you got players like Firmino, I think this is why Firmino struggles in the same side as Neymar, because what he does for Liverpool, where he's taking up those spaces, Neymar's in those spaces. So he doesn't get the chance to do those things. So I think without Neymar in the team, it might benefit Brazil in terms of a fluidity as a team.
If they play Firmino.
If they play Firmino. But I think he said that he's going to start Firmino. I think he said he's going to start Firmino over Jesus.
Neres?
They finally
Neres hasn't got many caps for Brazil, has he? So I think he's still young.
I don't think he's proved himself just yet.
He's a wonderful player, but he hasn't proved himself.
But I think the key player for me, having seen what he's done for AC Milan, is Paqueta. I think I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Lucas Paqueta.
But if you play, that boy is special. That boy is special. I think he could be the star man for Brazil, who a lot of people probably aren't looking towards. But I think he could stand out by the end of this tournament. But I think Brazil, being in Brazil with the group they've been given, because if you look at that group, it's not hard. Like compared to the other groups. No disrespect, because Venezuela are a good side. They got good players. Peru a good side. Bolivia are good in Bolivia. Like if you're not playing in Bolivia, they're rubbish. So I think Brazil should walk that, and then having done that, that will give them confidence to go ahead and go. But if they don't win it, they need to get out of the country quick, because they will kill them.
Save themselves.
Yeah, they will kill them.
Drifty, your thoughts? Tell us what you think.
I think Coutinho will definitely do well. I'm basing that off of the World Cup, because I think he was Brazil's best player at the World Cup. When they got to the knockout groups, I don't think anybody really played well, but in the groups, Coutinho was definitely Brazil's best player. And I think Neymar got in his way a bit. Neymar, now Coutinho could take dead balls, and he's very good at set pieces. You know what I mean? So I think that season he had isn't fair to judge him over his whole career, which is what people like Double H are doing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're taking one season in a 26-year-old's life and going, he's dead. It's like, so what about all the other seasons?
I've said nothing.
He didn't have that many good seasons for Liverpool. He didn't have that.
He didn't have any bad seasons.
He didn't have that many good ones.
He didn't have any 140 million seasons, but he didn't have any bad seasons.
He didn't have that many good ones.
So I think he'll shine. I wouldn't take my eye off of Argentina being the favourites. Literally just the Messi factor. I'm not putting anything else, because I'm thinking he has no more tournaments after this to do anything internationally. No more. He'll be too old at the next World Cup. Literally, if he doesn't do this, and the thing is, I feel like he doesn't listen to us, but he knows what we're saying, and he knows, not us personally, I mean like the public, and he knows we're like, without an international trophy, you will never be Maradona, you will never be R9, you will never be Zidane. Those people will always be able to be held above you for not having an international trophy. He knows that. So I think he's going to go ham, and I think Argentina might take it. But we'll get there. But
even his brother Ronaldo went and got one the other day. Do you know what I mean? So,
but just very briefly, I mean, so let me just be honest and be objective, because again, look, it's 2019. We're trying to be objective in this world. So are you guys honestly telling me that?
Only in 29.
So no, it's 2019. 2020 is about aliens and the future and like conspiracy theories. But 2019 is about being real. So in 2019, let's be fully real here. Are you guys honestly telling me that Philippe Coutinho or Paqueta can lead Brazil to a Copa America win?
Well, there's a lot more to Brazil than just those two players.
Yeah, you're taking.
They've still got
okay, so you're thinking of Brazil as a team.
Yes.
We have to have Brazil work.
They worked that way in '94. That was a lot more of a team effort.
Romario
they had stars, but it was a team effort.
Romario
wasn't like
that dude.
Yeah, but it wasn't when like R9 just basically said, "I'm going to win this."
But Romario, I would still say that was.
Yeah, they had stars, but the team.
No, I know it was just like.
I think they could do the same.
It's like for me, it's like that was '94 was definitely much more of a team, and they were a lot more pragmatic. But it's like, are you going to tell me that there's any player like a Romario in this team? Because remember Romario's goal against Sweden?
Yeah.
That was a clutch goal.
Yeah.
So is there anybody in this Brazil team? Because I think that every country, and we'll get to other countries, but I think in Brazil specifically, they need a star. That's just the fabric of the team. See, like teams like Germany and Spain, they're about team. They're not about star. Teams like Brazil and Argentina, they're about we need that superstar. That's the fabric of
You
the
say
country.
that, but then that hasn't worked for Argentina.
I was
has
just
it?
about to say
Argentina
that.
had that superstar,
Yeah.
and they still. I think, apart from Argentina, who has
Is-
that superstar, none of the
do
other
they?
countries. Well, they've got Messi,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll
they've
get to
got
Argentina, don't
We'll
worry.
get
but none
to
of the other
Argentina.
countries have.
I'm being real.
They have that. Brazil are better than on paper. The players are better than the other countries.
That's
so
what's-
they always gonna have that.
Yeah, and even to follow up on that, when you think about Hope, you got to think about this. Yeah, obviously you're talking about like team and individuals, but as you said, it hasn't worked for Argentina. Like, when was the last time Argentina won a major tournament?
Yeah, no.
Imagine that Messi, probably, in my opinion, whether you want to say he's the greatest or whether he's the greatest club footballer of all time, because obviously international stage remains to be seen. Like, they have Messi, but it just hasn't worked. So maybe it is about getting the balance of the team.
Yeah.
They've had Sergio Aguero has been there. Now, I know there's been Higuain's been playing ahead of him in certain
that's
tournaments.
madness.
I'm not going to lie to you, because that's just... I don't understand any world where you pick Higuain over Aguero.
Unless it's a pie eating contest.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to back food. I don't understand.
Unless
Backing
you've got one
pies
of
or
them
something.
challenges. How many
Yeah,
wins?
man,
Donuts,
easy, man.
I'm picking
With
tagging in Higuain.
No, because it don't make no sense.
Or if you need a brother to do that like hair transplant advert where like the guy comes in and then you pour the powder on his head.
With the
Yeah,
powder.
maybe even that still. Because I don't
Higuain's
understand.
head pieces all over.
Yeah,
the place.
Higuain cannot. Bro, he's got a few.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what it is? You know sweets, them strawberry laces. He's got a few little strawberry laces at the front, fam. And he just dyed them black.
That's
As a man who's gone bald myself, there's
I've
a
got a
moment where
receding
you
hairline, but I ain't got strands like that.
no, but there's a moment where you gotta go. I need to give this up.
Yeah,
And
bro.
Higuain passed that
Call it a
age.
day.
No, but you have to
Trying to be
respect.
yes,
Football. No more hair.
Bro,
Football.
even the bald patch missed the target, bro.
Football. Talking about football.
Okay, no,
Sorry, but let me keep it. Sorry.
So but keeping with
But what I was gonna say is this though, Argentina, again, they've got Messi, and we're talking about individuals. You know, you're saying Brazil need an individual.
Yeah.
Maybe for the first time in a while, Brazil may not necessarily need that Neymar. No, because hear me out. Because as Dev said, he made a good point. Like, maybe the over reliance on Neymar will allow other people to actually show what they can do. So again, you're
Maybe
Firmino.
like what's his face? Kind of. Oh my god. Now I blanked. You know, Tottenham, the guy.
Oh, Harry Kane.
Exactly.
Yes.
Maybe a bit of a
Yeah,
Kane
yeah.
moment. You know, when Kane
Yeah.
doesn't start, other people grow.
Because you know that obviously the way how it works
It's been
is-
so long. You know, I mean, Champions League. What?
I hear that the team goes
baby.
through Neymar. Like, it goes through Neymar all the time. Sometimes it literally is give the ball to Neymar and just let him work. When I don't always feel like that's the best option.
That's why Dev's right. He takes up space he shouldn't be in because he does what he likes and he doesn't think about other people's position.
No, I get what you guys are saying, but I'm just telling you right now that see, the Copa America is a street tournament.
I hear that.
So this is it. So the thing about Copa America is like you need a whole different psychosis.
Maybe someone like Jesus
and-
or that will be like, you know what, I got to step up. And he's got the talent.
No, but
you,
that's-
you don't know.
There's no space for team. This is on Brazil home soil. You need that hero. So yes, you need the team, but you need that semi-final,
Yeah, but
79
who's to
minutes, 0-0.
That's why they
Who
got
do we look
moved
to?
to
We
by
have to look
Germany
to a guy.
because they
Say
were
they-
relying on one man and he got injured and then all of a sudden they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's about being a better team.
Bruv, this is where heroes are born as well, you know. You got to remember that. It is for the
So-
street.
so-
a new hero could arise. You don't know that.
So continue
I'm
uppercuts.
just waiting for him to bust into Mariah Carey there. That's coming soon, any second.
Okay, so we got Mariah Carey. We've got hair stuff. I'm gonna start talking about my nails in a second.
Actually,
Clip my
it's
nails
actually
today, you
Copa
know.
actually.
Yeah.
Chinese.
I don't do anything.
Actually, why are they always Chinese?
All right.
No.
I don't think-
Just go.
You can't stereotype this.
Go.
So, no,
Just
please
keep-
continue.
Go. Oh, you see? No, look. Okay, look. I'm just wondering why I heard salon people always Chinese, and that was it.
Yeah, the nails. Yeah.
So they're very good at good, you know.
Because they know how to make money. bro.
Okay, let's move on from the
Sorry.
beauty products. Group A. Let's talk about Group A, right? We've got Brazil. We talked about Brazil now. Bolivia, Venezuela, Peru. What you guys reckon? Who can
Oh, I mean Peru.
surprise us? Because if I know
Peru look
anything,
good.
international
Peru's
football,
probably the
anything
next.
still can happen.
Peru
So
looked good in the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, they put some good
Yeah.
performances
They've
in the World
always
Cup.
got some silky players that, for some reason, you didn't realise they were
Farfan.
silky till they played for
Farfan's
their
still
country.
there.
Jefferson Farfan's still there.
Still there.
Bro,
bro.
he's been there from. Bro, he's
No
been there
way.
since the Championship Manager
Yeah.
2001 or something.
When he on that ISS 64, how the hell is he still kicking
Been there
ball?
for ages, bro.
Yeah.
Bloody
But no, he's still going. And Solano, Nobby Solano. Remember Nobby Solano?
Nah,
He-
but
no,
don't
no.
even say.
No,
he's on the coaching staff.
I'm gonna say. Championship Manager 1990. Flip it up, bro.
No, the Brazil team he was still playing now. No way.
No, he did the coaching stuff. But
Well, no, but I think I mean Peru. They're definitely like the second best team, and they should go through. And see, Peru are a team who I don't think are going to win it, but they're definitely good outsiders because I think they were unlucky not to get out of their groups at the World Cup. You know, because I just think they wasted too many chances. So I think Peru are definitely a dangerous team, very good defensively, hard to break down, and also they have one of the best fans. Like I think in the World Cup they said that the largest fan group were the Peruvians. So literally the amount of Peruvians that just made that they traveled to, because they've never been in the World Cup for like I think 40 years.
Yeah,
So there were hundreds of thousands of Peruvians that went there. So they're gonna have huge massive support because based on just how well they did at the World Cup. So yeah.
iconic kit.
Yeah.
They always want to
Never
go
changed.
Lima.
Yeah.
Never
But
been.
Venezuela, don't sleep on Venezuela because Venezuela, Rondon is a problem.
Yeah.
They've got good players. They came second to England in the Under-17 World Cup 2 years ago. A lot of that squad are now in the senior squad. They got some good players on their books. So they got what's his name, Rincon. He's been in Serie A for a while.
Still,
So they got some good players, and I think they might be a dark horse to go deep in the tournament.
But you see, that's what I was saying before. It's like because there isn't a really strong favourite, there is no reason why Venezuela can't really go through because there isn't a heavy hitter in this out there. So Venezuela could very well using those youths from under 17.
If you're a gambling man, maybe put some money on Rondon, top goal scorer. Because he was on form for Newcastle this
Yeah,
season. If he bangs a couple against Bolivia and then gets one against Peru, he's up there.
Rondon could do
This
bits,
is
you
not
know.
financial advice, by the way.
Plus, I've not won a bet for like 3 years. So
Cheeky 5 or what?
Ronaldo lost me £5 in 2006.
Oh, okay.
How do you remember?
Right, Drifty, who would you put your money on? What do you reckon in that group?
I think Venezuela will come out of the group.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll finish second. I think Brazil top, Venezuela second.
So
I
Bolivia
wouldn't
is
be.
straight
I
up
wouldn't be
no-
shocked
no
if Peru
way.
finished
Okay.
bottom.
Oh.
Yeah,
What?
I wouldn't be shocked.
What?
yeah.
What? Not
I
Bolivia.
think Bolivia.
I think Bolivia.
Outside
No,
of Bolivia,
Bolivia,
they don't
yeah,
really do
Bolivia.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying you never know. So I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if Peru finished bottom. I think the other three could finish in any position. Personally, like you know what I mean. Like I genuinely don't.
Bolivia to
think-
finish top.
No, I mean
No.
Brazil and then the other
Oh,
three.
okay,
I think
yeah,
literally
yeah.
they could finish any way. Like,
Okay,
do you get what I
okay,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
But Venezuela most probably, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Matt, you on that too?
It's out Peru, I think, and Venezuela. It's like tossing a coin, but I think if I had to lean on it, I'd say maybe Venezuela, and maybe because of Rondon, I think is a certified striker.
beast.
And he can handle
He's
himself.
So
good,
is he the star that Double H is talking about?
He's a star.
Yeah, he's the start of that team. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
He's the start of that team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
put it like this: that I think, put it this way: if they're gonna do anything and qualify, Rondon will have to score the goals. I'll put it like that because
And he plays very well when he puts his country shirt on. As
Yeah.
well.
He does. He
Very
represents
well.
hard. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
anyway,
say
very
Venezuela
well.
for second, and probably Peru third, and Bolivia last.
Peru. What about Group B? Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay, and Qatar, who are a guest
Yes, yeah.
invited. Oh, there he is. He's getting ready.
But you
All
notice how
right.
much harder that group is to the first one.
Yeah.
Well, so we say
definitely.
again, it's Argentina,
Yeah.
Colombia,
So we've
Qatar,
got,
and what's the last one?
Argentina,
Paraguay, okay.
Colombia, Paraguay, and Qatar. Colombia and Argentina, that's going to be a tough
That
match, I'm
is a
guessing.
That is tough.
That's the group
And
of
Qatar.
death.
Okay, I can see you. Go. Double H. Tell us.
We're gonna. I think we definitely need to focus a lot on Argentina. But let's just about how far is the group? I'm gonna say right now. Don't be surprised if Argentina don't make it out of this group.
Uh-oh.
Because first of all, I think that Colombia are always a very good team. Very tough. So they're very
They are
good.
solid. They are solid.
Paraguay are tough.
Yeah.
And Paraguay know how to play Argentina, and also Paraguay are a very tough defensive team, so that's a tough team. Qatar, they're wild. because these are guys who are now riding off the whole Asian Cup success. They're hosting the World Cup in 2022. So them coming in, they've got nothing to lose. So that's just a very wild team that you never know. Remember when Argentina played Iceland? Iceland coming in, nothing to lose. So those are always very dangerous things. So for me, I will not be surprised if Argentina don't make it out of the group. So if it's me, for me, I don't know. I think I would say Colombia. And maybe Qatar to make it out of this group.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Who bribed who to put Brazil in this group? And the B group looks like this. What happened there? I mean, come on.
It happens, man. Payments.
I'm not
under the table.
They get favoritism for being a home nation.
100%. Their arch enemies are in the group of death.
Exactly.
So like, I think it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Listen,
you've got to beat the best to get through, though, I guess.
If Argentina don't qualify,
no, they will, man.
They will.
Messi will be on one. Messi,
I think,
and he wants that Ballon d'Or as well.
I'm sitting in Double H's camp.
Serious?
I think there's a good chance that Argentina don't make it.
You don't believe in Messi?
Outside of Messi and Aguero, who doesn't really do it in the national shirt,
which is really weird.
International break.
This squad isn't very strong. It's
don't
not their
ever call him
strongest.
international break.
He is.
Aguero's not international break, bro.
What's Aguero doing?
He's going too far
don't
saying
put him
break,
in
but
international.
Aguero does seem to kind
Okay, he hasn't maybe shown this Man City form, but you can't say it's a break, bro. Especially when you've been given scraps when the manager's picking Porky ahead of you, bro.
But Argentina got to the final last time. I mean, they lost to Chile, but I mean...
That's generally what they do.
losses.
That's generally what they do.
2015, 2016.
I think this could be. I think for me, when I look at this group, personally, when I looked at Colombia and their squad, they're my outside choice to win the whole thing. I think they are very strong. They've got a very strong squad. I think if James Rodriguez turns up and actually does what he usually does in the Colombia shirt, then there's problems. They've got some very good players in that squad.
Quintero as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Quintero is in the squad.
Is it?
Or not.
You
I
don't
have to double check.
It's gotta be, surely.
And also that defensive pair in Sanchez and the
Mina.
Yeah, Mina.
Yeah, they've got some.
Got
the only problem is
coming off a
Espina's
poor
shit,
season,
innit? Espina's
You know
shit.
what I mean?
But other than that, yeah, they've got some.
But I have some brutal flashbacks from Colombia, right? I mean, playing against the U, like.
Oh, just thought you meant from holidays.
No.
Hey man, let's not stereotype Colombia.
Football, strictly football.
Narcos, man. Escobar, what's up,
Yes.
baby?
No, but I mean, there was just penalties and like red cards flying. I mean, if I remember this correctly, do you guys think they're going to turn up like this as well? Like, going to mow people down?
Oh, no, I think they've definitely changed, because I think before, because basically they had a golden generation in 1994, and then obviously they didn't do sort of, I think then afterwards, then they just went through a period where they were just that very aggressive team. But now, I think 2014, the new golden generation of James Rodriguez and people, so now they're now known for now playing the really good proper football, because they have the players. Because when you don't have the players, you've got to go street. You've got to go street. You have to. So you don't really have to go street if you've got the players to do it. So I think, which is what Dev is saying.
They got Falcao still there. They got Muriel from Sevilla.
Yeah,
he had a decent season.
And
Zapata is one of the top goal scorers in Zapata.
No, the other striker. He played for. Oh God, what's his name?
Luis
Muriel's still going, but
No,
He used to play for Sevilla.
AC Milan.
Bacca.
There we go.
I don't think he's in the squad. I don't think he's in the squad.
Nah,
they
Bacca
took
right there.
Zapata, Muriel, and Falcao. I think are the three strikers they've got.
Bacca was a street fighter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the depth they've got.
Yeah, he was seriously, he was.
So I think Argentina are in for a very tough few games. I think
they're in for a long.
they're in for a long tournament. Even if they go home, it's a long tournament. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
But I think Messi needs this. He needs this for his legacy. I think.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, Messi probably needs it more than anyone. Yeah. Do you think the pressure might actually get to Messi because of what happened in the World Cup?
Depends if it feels like Anfield.
Yeah, but
still really from
no, I hear that because obviously they suffered obviously in the cup final against, was it Valencia? Yeah?
No. Messi's done. He's not winning. I mean, wait, why are we even having this conversation? It's like, guys, I hate when people are so like all this like optimism and everything. Let's be real, man. He's not sniffing a flipping national thing, man.
Like, I've been thinking about Messi, but just he's been broken since Anfield. He's actually broke.
No,
shit.
No, what broke him was that 2016 Copa America final. When because remember, Messi never really shows emotions.
He's got 50 odd goals this season. For
Argentina. When, because remember, like they were in So 2014 they lost our final.
Yeah.
2015 they lost the final.
And
To lose 3 back-to-back finals and
Yeah, fair.
2016, and when you actually saw him crying, he knew that, you know what, that's it. Messi
I'm
is
not gonna
never
lie. When you see-
sniffing an international trophy for Argentina. It's done.
But if he's not, even if he doesn't sniff an international trophy, Colombia's in the same group, so he might sniff something else. It might be a decent, it might be a decent time.
no stereotypes. No
Well,
stereotypes.
decent time.
Matt, what do you want to say?
No, I was just gonna say that I think the pressure might get to Messi for the first time. I think after everything that's happened in the club season, even though obviously they won he won La Liga for Barcelona. I think the devastation of the Champions League. I think they're obviously losing the cup, and to lose to Valencia, who, in my opinion, oh my gosh, they're not even. When you think about it logically, Valencia shouldn't even be sniffing Barca. Should be sniffing Barca's back foot. You get what I'm saying? So
we beat them, so they must be shit.
that's what I'm saying. So I do worry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do worry about Messi's mental state. But do I think he's broken? No, because I still think he's Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Like he's had a little break. This is a different competition. He's playing for his country rather than his club. Maybe this is like the kind of the reset button that he needs. Maybe.
What do you think? Because you think you just said he's broken. You think
Yeah,
he's
do you
broken
know what? Because obviously, I just think about Messi, but it is really going through my head now, and I'm thinking he ain't looked the same since Anfield. And now, obviously, I'm putting a banter on that, but I feel like losing the Champions League really messed with him mentally this season. Like the last few bits of the season, I'm thinking he's not really going into this tournament in the best frame of mind. The other day, like when he made that statement about how he's devastated still and he still thinks about it and stuff, it's like, wow, like it really is bothering him. Do you know what I mean? Like he sat down and reflected at the end of the year and thought, shit, we really didn't win the Champions League. Like because he really thought he was going to do it. Do you remember that speech he made?
Yeah.
So like maybe it could motivate him, but he could be broken. He honestly could be broken.
He's had a sense of being. He's been on the hyperbolic thing. So he's ready.
I just think like basically the issue is this, and it's like, again, I don't want to bring up the whole Messi Cristiano thing, but people say, okay, why can't Messi do this for Argentina? And I think you alluded to the point of like, oh, they have the guy, they've got a Messi, so why can't so do Argentina need to play as a team? The thing about Messi is, and what makes Cristiano better is that Cristiano knows how to adapt. Cristiano knows that, okay, I'm in Portugal, I need to play differently now. When Messi is in Argentina, he's still playing the Barcelona system way. Yeah. So he's still playing like, no, I expect you to give me that pass. I expect you to make that run. And even when you watch him play, he's looking for that to give and go and everything. But no, this is Argentina.
Messi loves
it's like these are Ronaldo to do though, because he's played in different systems. Messi only knows that one way, and you can't really blame him for that. Like it's all he knows.
I don't care, man.
No.
That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse.
It does count, bro.
Okay, do you know why that's not an excuse? Is because, bro, it's about winning. If it's about winning, try and figure out a way to win. You can't just be like, let's just keep playing this whole system.
Because Argentina never have good managers. They've never got a system. So if he's stuck in the mindset from Barcelona and the manager is always dead food, it's like, what are we doing here? Like,
the managers cater to him too much for Argentina sometimes.
So the manager in 2014, so that was a bad manager who got them to that final.
I mean, it wasn't really management skills, was it?
Well, it's mainly Messi.
You guys are come on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, when was the last time Argentina looked organised for a start?
2014, and then he messed up in the final.
That was just Mascherano one, like, I don't know what he was on there. He was on something that season.
Yeah, he was on Bolivia.
So, Drifty, what do you think about the group? Do you think Argentina might not make it out?
No, they'll make it out, but Colombia will win it. That's
really?
what I think. Yeah,
Okay.
I think, and then I don't know how the I should have researched this, how it goes when you get into the knockout stage. Is it the same like the World Cup where you meet?
No, because there's only 3 groups.
Yeah.
So obviously
you
like
can
best,
finish
best,
third
best
and
loser,
still go through.
yeah.
Best loser, I think it is.
But is there already a mapped out for who meets
yeah,
everyone?
yeah.
Okay, so maybe second place meets first place in Group A.
Yeah,
So then maybe Brazil might even
So
play
it's going to
Argentina.
be winner Group A is versus the third in the group.
Oh, the
Easy.
third.
Exactly.
Oh,
and then
okay,
runner-up
okay.
Group A versus runner-up Group B. And then winner Group B versus runner-up Group C.
So it's like
and then
the
for the other way around,
Okay,
winner
so
Group C
Argentina
versus
will
the third
avoid.
group.
Okay, Argentina will avoid, but Brazil.
Unless they come third in the group.
I'll be very
I'll be
shocked if they
surprised.
come
Paraguay
third.
got some ballers.
I'll be very
Boy,
shocked.
Newcastle
No way
is good
Argentina
player.
can come
Almiron.
third, bro. No
Santa
way.
Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
But I don't think Messi needs this tournament. I don't. Like, I think that he will go down as one of the greatest to ever
Obviously.
do it. But people will always hold it against him. Like
Apart from
Hope, who
Double H.
feel like you can only get it if you win.
No,
it.
but I think no.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is though, if we're gonna say someone is the greatest, and this is what we pride ourselves upon, the greatest means at club and international level. Again, I'm not debating. When Messi retires, I still think he's probably going to go down as the greatest club footballer ever. But to say he's the greatest footballer ever, if that's the case, why? Because you can't keep using excuses of manager or you can't use tactics. When you are that great, as Hope said, to a degree, you make it work, you adapt. Yes, I understand Messi's only played in one system, but he's had talented enough players. May not necessarily defensively, but attacking wise, devastatingly, you should be able to put teams away. And if you are that clutch, you shouldn't always need Xavi, Iniesta, Rakitic, Busquets behind you to do something. You're supposed to be the GOAT. Because no one.
I don't think he's the GOAT, but a lot of people do hold him at that.
Yeah,
and I don't really think you can argue with that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, international level though, you've done nothing. When you think about it, he hasn't done nothing.
No, Fat Boy was one kick away from him winning. Like, yeah, it's not all his fault. You know what I mean?
Come up with his excuses, man.
But if Higuain don't miss that penalty, then
he had a chance in 2014. He did have a chance, a one-on-one, and he messed it up. And he had a free kick as well. So he had opportunities.
Oh my
by
god!
himself.
So you're gonna judge his whole career on a one-on-one? You know, bloody hell.
No, but he's just giving you saying. No, but he's just saying there's big opportunities though. He's putting opportunities. So.
I agree. All right, let's move on to Group C. Uruguay, Ecuador, Japan, who's also are another piece of the guests, and Chile.
I love the Japanese, you know.
Interesting.
I love the Japanese. I've
Didn't
always
they do
liked
quite
them.
well in the World Cup? Did I remember this correctly?
They were like
actually
1
surprised.
minute away from extra time.
Yeah,
That's heartbreaking,
yeah.
man. No, it was. It really,
I remember
really was.
that.
I really like Japan. I think
they're your best game on the World Cup.
They're not bringing a lot of their stars. They've got a very young squad. They've got an experimental squad.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of their big hitters aren't there.
Okay.
So I don't think they really put much effort into this tournament. I think it's just
they might be young and hungry, man.
Yeah, you never know. But I think it's a good idea. You know, I mean, it's halfway across the world.
I mean, I think, but I think about Japan again. They were bloody amazing at that World Cup. But can you remember the teams that they played? So they played. So they had Senegal, Poland, Belgium, thingy. Did they play South American team?
No, I don't think they did.
So you see, the thing about South American teams is that you see, with the Japanese, they are extremely well organized, extremely good at passing, and technically very good. They're not very physically good. Copa America is a very physical tournament, and I don't think they'll be able to deal with the kind of intensity. Uruguay are a tough team that beat you up. You know, so their guys are not going to be very. So which of the other teams? So it was Uruguay.
Sorry.
Ecuador,
Ecuador,
Chile.
Yeah, like
and
Ecuador,
Japan.
yeah.
Three.
Uruguay, Ecuador, Japan, and Chile.
You make a good
Very
point.
physical teams.
Uruguay,
So
Ecuador, Chile, Japan.
They will get roughed up a bit in that.
They'll get roughed up.
Oh, the poor young boy.
But you know what? You never know,
So
man. People might be getting red cards
Yeah.
from being nuts.
Samurai.
You never know, man.
No, I'm looking forward to just seeing Chile versus Uruguay, so I can see Vidal versus Uruguay, because there's some nutters in that game.
No. Chile are done though. I mean, Sanchez is a class A brick. Possibly
This could be his redemption story. This could be his comeback.
No.
I mean, this could be him.
Therefore, Sanchez is.
No, but you got to remember.
Sanchez
No. When he puts on that Chile shirt, he goes Super Saiyan.
Drifty, let me repeat myself. Alexis Sanchez is done. He's almost going to be a scholar. He's a class A brick. He's about to graduate the Brick Academy. We're just doing the diploma right now. He's done.
Please, guys, remember this. So at the end of Copa America, if Sanchez comes out 4 goals, Chile get to the final.
Seriously, 100% like friendly bets.
Let
Sanchez
the
is doing
camera-
nothing.
Yeah.
Sanchez
Got
is doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's done.
A friendly
Maybe he's
bet.
biting
That's
somewhere in
so
the
weird.
ear again or something.
Yeah.
I don't
What's
know.
up on the line, man?
Okay, look, 20 kobo.
No, I do think Alexis Sanchez. I was thinking about this on the way, and I think, would it be fun if this was like his redemption thing, and then he got his move from Man United, and his career is all of a sudden just reignited. Wherever he goes, I don't know, Milan or wherever it is he goes.
I mean, I don't know who can afford him,
Yeah.
but
Well, there will be a team that will give it. He might not get the same
Listen,
money, but he'll still get 250.
all Chile got to do is
or
buy him a piano, blood, and just let him start playing against.
no, because that's what's ruined him.
Oh, yeah,
Too much time
actually.
playing piano.
Maybe it's the wrong
Good at
piano.
Arsenal, bro.
Remember, it's Ed Woodward that got the piano, you know.
Yeah,
Blood.
it's the
You
wrong
can't
thing.
trust
did they
my
let him
man.
bring his dogs to training at Man U? I don't think they do.
Man,
do
they
they?
can bring dogs to train.
I bet he had his dogs at Arsenal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I bet
No,
dogs
I
to
don't know if
train.
he
You
can't bring dogs to
Bring
train.
your dogs
easy.
to
I give him
work.
So you have all this fluff and fleas around as he
I
trains.
doubt very much those dogs have fleas.
Yeah,
He
do you know
loves
what I
those
mean?
dogs.
They are well kept, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they're
Well
living the
kept.
life.
Yeah.
They've probably got cleaner hair than most humans.
Training, you know.
He loves them,
Yeah.
bro.
So dogs start nibbling your balls, they try and do it all the way.
Football, not other balls. Football,
Yeah.
I I wouldn't be surprised if Sanchez comes and bads it up. He puts on that shirt, he turns into a superhero. Nah, he does, man. It might be. And Man United have looked dead. They all look dead. Let's be honest. Who looks good at Man United? So it might be.
No. But the thing about Chile is that I just feel like and we'll probably get to Uruguay as well. They're at the end of their cycle. Like everybody has a cycle. Like their real peak was obviously that 2015, 2016 was just them at their peak. I just think as of right now, their key guys, whether it's Vidal, Valdivia, what's it called?
Vargas as well.
Vargas. All these guys are like wrong side of 30. You know, they're like our ages.
What's that one? Remember that boy who used to be at Wigan? Bozajo. Remember him?
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's shit. He was always shit for Wigan, and he kept playing for Chile. I was like, how? He's still there.
Yeah.
He's still there. Like, South Americans don't age.
Who was that?
And they have always bring back guys that are like,
you know the guy I'm talking about? The one pitbull midfielder who was just on it for Chile.
Gary Medel.
But he was on it for Chile, but club level he was dead.
No, he was alright for
No,
he was alright for Inter.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He was alright.
Medium.
I'll say he was average. But for Chile though,
He was never a baller.
Yeah, for Chile though, he went in.
His job was to just do what he did.
Well, Brock up, man, what should I say?
Nobody's talking about Ecuador at all here.
To be fair,
No. For me,
good youngsters.
For me, I think that in this group, I believe Ecuador, Uruguay make it out of the group. Because for me, I think that Ecuador are good. Ecuador are good. I think Chile, I think they're too old. Japan, youngsters, and also the physicality. Uruguay, look, even if I don't think that Uruguay can win it, I think Uruguay are another team they're at the end of their cycle, but they have enough quality to make it through. I think Ecuador are a good team. I think Ecuador will beat Chile and they'll beat Japan. They may lose the thing, but I think they'll get 6 points by beating Japan and things. So I think Ecuador, they'll make it through.
Uruguay, I think, are clear favourites.
I think so.
No, they're not.
I think they're clear favourites. For me, personally, I think they got
Suarez
too much. Yeah, but even if take Suarez out, they still got Cavani, they still got Stuani, who was one of the top goal scorers in the league last season. They still got Torreira in midfield. They've got the other guy in Milan, Vecino. They got who's the other midfielder they've got? Who's and then they got obviously Jimenez.
Jimenez,
Godin. So they've got players all across the park who are solid. I think they're the favourites for this group.
But I just think for Uruguay, I just feel, again, remember, this is a group that began in 2010. And we're now in 2019. So I just think that because, again, I've seen Godin, you can see the age start to creep in.
No, you can.
Suarez, you can see he says glimpses, but you can now see the age start to creep in. And I just think like these guys are not as sharp as they once were back in the 2011.
I kind of agree with what you're saying, but I do think though, even though they're not as sharp, I feel like there's still enough quality and experience to get them over the line.
True.
So I still think they'll qualify. I still think they're the favourites to go through. But you're right. If this was Uruguay, say 3 years ago, they'll blitz the group and they'll be like, we'll all be sitting there going, let's move on to the next group because Uruguay will just know. So I get what you're saying, but I still think though there's quality because as you said, the names that you read out, you got to remember that's vital experience that they have, and I do think with Japan, as you said, that I don't think they're physically enough for this. And who's the other one? Sorry, was it
Ecuador, Chile, Japan.
Sorry, see Ecuador.
Uruguay.
I'm a bit unsure about them. Chile though,
I don't think they're end of the cycle, man. End of the cycle.
But again, Chile got experience though in that team, you know. Don't get it twisted. They got vital experience.
Yeah, they got good players.
It's a tough one. I still put it this way: Uruguay to go through. I'm just unsure about who's going to get second spot. I'm very, very unsure.
Okay.
But
I think it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the best third place side comes through this group. So I wouldn't be surprised if Uruguay, Chile, and Ecuador make it through this group.
All right, Drift, you're still with us. You look pensive.
Yeah, no, because I was just trying to remember if it was France that beat Uruguay at the World Cup. It was, right?
Yeah.
But I think if Cavani plays, Uruguay win that game. So I think writing out Uruguay is ridiculous. Like I think Uruguay will still, because it's only 1 year later. It's not 2 or 3 years later. Do you know what I mean? Like I genuinely think if Cavani had played in that game, they would have beat France. So I would say Uruguay is probably my third favourite to win the whole thing. Yeah.
Is that behind Brazil
and Argentina, yeah.
Argentina? What?
I'm just using the Messi factor because he needs this. Because he needs this.
But you said he was broken.
Oh, because I realised afterwards, but I'm still going to think to myself, no, do you know what? Knowing that if he does flop, I'll join your bandwagon of like, no, you need to do it.
So I was looking, is he broken?
He doesn't care anymore.
No, but you're saying he's second favourite.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, but I'm asking, do you... Alright, If you're putting them second
He
favourite,
looks
you
broken.
can't say he's
I
broken.
need to see him.
Do you believe in him?
Listen, they've patched him up. They've put the glue in. It's back in. You know what I mean? The vase is back looking like a vase. When we pour the water in, we'll see if it leaks.
Secretly,
Do you know
he
what I'm
believes
saying?
in
So
Messi.
that's
But
great
it's okay
example.
to say you still believe in Messi.
Actually visualize.
I know you still believe in him. Don't lie to us now. You believe in him. I know
Yeah,
you do.
guy's messy, isn't
That's
it?
what I'm saying.
All right. Next question for you guys. Who do you think is going to be the player of the tournament? The most important one, or the most surprising one, or the best goal scorer? I don't know. Leave this up to you.
You see, no, I see. For me, I really believe that. Again, just going off from what I'm saying, this is like the end of the cycle for a lot of players. So guys like whether it's a Suarez, it's a Falcao. So I think this is definitely one for some we don't know to really step up. I do feel like I'll concede the home soul thing is going to be a factor. And I don't know which name, but I'm going to give it like a few names. I think people call me crazy now. This will show that I'm not fully biased and I don't have an agenda. I think Coutinho is going to be one of the players of the tournament. Whether it will be enough for Brazil to win, I don't know. But I think him, because he's got the number 10 jersey, Neymar being out, everybody now saying, okay, you're the dude. You're that dude. And also, by him actually admitting that he had a trash season for Barcelona, he now has a point to prove. And what better point to prove than at home? So I think Coutinho could be one to look out for.
That was that public
Right. Think
therapy,
about this.
innit?
Devo,
Yeah.
you think more. You.
I mean, I mentioned him before, Paqueta. I think he's going to be a big player. I think he could be one of the stars of the tournament if he's given the chance to shine. Obviously, I'm not sure if he's going to start. He's only just recently joined the Brazil picture, I suppose. Another player I think will shine, and I've said this again before. I think Rondon. I think Rondon will be a big player for this in this tournament. There's a few players that I don't know too much about, but I'd like to see. Can't think of their names right now, but I'm going to go for Almiron at Paraguay, who's only just come to the Premier League with Newcastle.
Yeah,
he looks a good player.
Is he fit again?
Yeah, he's fit. He's in the
Yeah,
squad.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's fit, but he's in the squad.
Oh, yeah, because that was quite a bad injury he got at the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
season.
But no, I think he did. What was it? A hamstring injury? Or was it a knee injury? or
Yeah, but they said he was going to be out
Yeah.
for like 6 or 7 weeks, so
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was
Oh,
fit.
okay.
Yeah, no, he's in the squad, so I wouldn't mind seeing him. But I think these are the tournaments where new names just pop up, and you're like, wow, that kid's good. Because there's a lot of them playing in South America, and we never get to see him.
True.
And
Sure.
you know, I'm looking forward to just seeing some new talent. And you think, right, Arsenal will be linked with this guy for 6 months, and then he'll go somewhere else. And that's what.
Actually, basically, is James Rodriguez going to be in the
Yeah,
group?
he's-
Yeah,
So
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
for me, James Rodriguez, I think, if I was to pick, I think if James Rodriguez is fully fit, he'll be the player of the tournament. And I think the top scorer, I think, is going to be David Neres. Play him. If he's the starting striker for Brazil, and let's say, let's just say like Jesus flops and Firmino flops.
They won't.
And
No, but they'll
breaks.
play Jesus.
They'll play.
But let's say he flops. I think David Neres comes in and he'll be top scorer. But I think James Rodriguez, this could be his tournament.
All right. Do you reckon these guys flopping?
No, Jesus won't flop.
Do some flop.
I think Firmino will be the main man.
I think
Up
Firmino?
Up front. I
Yeah,
think
I
he'll
think
play
he'll be
up
the main
front.
guy, but might not necessarily be the obviously top goal scorer. But he'll allow the others to play better, in my opinion, anyway.
I would probably say I agree Rondon. I think Rondon will be one of the stars. Call me crazy, I think Sanchez will be one of the stars. When he puts on that Chile jersey, man, I'm being serious. Coutinho will definitely step up. I don't know if I say he'll be the star of the tournament, but I think he'll definitely be Brazil's star. It just depends how far Brazil go, whether he'll be the star. Because normally you're the star of the tournament if your team either wins it or does unbelievably well and gets to the final or whatever. So I think Coutinho has a chance. I'm going to go with Sanchez. Call me crazy. I'm actually going to say
You're
the
crazy.
standout player of the tournament is going to be Sanchez. And then all of a sudden, China will come and pay maybe 400,000 and Man U will somehow get rid of him.
You think Alexis Sanchez will be playing something still?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Matt.
That's crazy.
For me, it's out of these two players. Coutinho, I think he's going to have a big tournament. I think he's going to show everyone what people thought of him when he was at Liverpool. I think he's going to put that barren season behind him, and I think he'll show people, remind people. And I think, I can't believe no one's even said it, Lionel Messi.
I just wanted to
Like,
say that. I was like,
Lionel
nobody's
Messi
saying Messi?
has the... Listen, when Lionel Messi spazzes out, no one can stop him, you know. Like, I'm telling you from now, when he's on it, there's no one that can stop him. So I'm expecting Messi to go over Argentina, and I know Aguero, because you know, I heard as well, Messi, I think after the last tournament, said he wasn't going to come back to Argentina,
Yeah, he retired.
They begged him to come back, he came back. Do you hear the joke? Aguero apparently retired as well.
Yeah.
Apparently Messi was like, if I'm coming back, Aguero's coming back. And they just said, okay, you can have back Aguero. Because apparently Aguero wasn't going to play for Argentina himself.
Yeah.
See, I mean,
I can understand
what
that.
kind of mentality is that? See,
No, I can
that's
understand that.
No, but hear this.
Why would you
Aguero-
want to retire?
How many times?
Because Higuain was playing.
Higuain kept on playing. They kept on playing Higuain over him all the time.
So Messi doesn't have the influence to say screw you.
No, he has.
They're going to lose out.
That's what I'm saying. Messi's gone to the federation and gone, you're bringing Aguero in, and they're like they brought him now. So that's why Aguero's in there. Aguero originally wasn't going to be in there.
No, but look, I think like I get what you say about again. In a normal world, Messi and Aguero should rip things off. But I've said many times, Aguero is an international flop. You still haven't told me what this guy.
I don't think it's a flop.
Name me one major thing he's done at.
I don't think it's a flop. I'm trying to think, but I don't think it's a flop. I don't think it's a flop.
Dybala could be, outside bet for one of the stars of the tournament if he's given games.
Is he there?
I don't think he's in
I don't
there.
think he's in there. I don't think
He's in there.
he's in there.
He's not allowed to shout
He's in
while
there.
Messi plays.
He's in
I don't
there.
know what it is.
No,
Yeah,
They're both very similar.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, Messi has the team on lockdown.
Do you know
Messi
what?
says
one thing I'll give, one
goes.
thing I'll blind Messi for, because I didn't forget about him, but I didn't want to say him, but I kind of agree. I'm trying to take pressure off him because I want him to actually do this. I would actually look at that Argentina team, and even though they've always had great players, I don't think they've had a balance to their team ever, because a lot of their players play in the same
All
position.
left-footed as well.
So it's not like you can get them all on the pitch at the same time. Do you get what I mean? Because in an ideal world, you'd want to have a situation where a Pete Higuain and Aguero can play with a do you get what I mean? Like, but for some reason, because they're all the same, we've never been able to like play them all. So it's not an excuse, but it is kind of a reason.
Put it this way. No, you're right actually, because when I think about teams gone by, a lot of time we've always gone, look at Argentina's attack, but their defence is shocking.
Yeah,
Like their defence is poo. They had like Mascherano when he was like 35 and couldn't even walk, let alone run.
They've never had a good goalkeeper.
They had
Romero's good.
Romero's good. Romero's decent.
Tired, so
Plus,
he's
they
not
never
very
got
good.
to play the last two.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of even obviously their main centre back now is probably Otamendi.
But how do you play them all? This is what I'm saying. Like, how do you get Messi, Di Maria, Dybala? How do you all get them in the same team?
That's
Like,
that's where the manager has to find a system. If he doesn't find a system, obviously,
But
then
they've never had a manager that's like
no,
that.
I know, but I think
No, because they always like pretty much at the behest of what Messi wants to do.
yeah. But this is what I think though. If Messi's a real leader, he would actually say again, if the manager can't work out, which is kind of weird because you're the manager, Messi has to be like, listen, this is what we're gonna do, and lead his team. I think he would do it personally. I think I'll reiterate, for me it's either gonna be Messi or Coutinho. For me, I'm picking the players.
Okay, so do you reckon, since you all said that there might be really new stars or new players coming onto the scene that we, necessarily haven't really paid a lot of attention to until now, do you reckon Premier League is going to be going shopping a little bit? Do you reckon we can see a couple of people?
Oh, for sure.
The
Yeah?
only problem
for
that
sure.
they
Display?
have is that with a lot, if they aren't in Europe already, it's hard for English Premier League sides to get the work permits and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of these young South American talents end up in Spain or even Holland or wherever, where it's easier for them to gain papers.
So stupid.
And then 2-3 years after that, then they can get their papers kind of
Is
thing.
the requirement still 20 internationals or something?
I think they've relaxed it a little bit.
Because if you're young,
That's
how
why
would
we're
you
signing
play
as
20
a
internationals?
17-year-old.
Yeah, the way they
Brazilian
see
kid
it, it's
with
like if you're
But-
that talented, you should automatically be in the Brazil. Like say for example, as a Brazilian,
But how can you
in
be
the-
19 and have played 20
But I
games
think
for your
no, I
country?
think
That's
they've relaxed
crazy.
it. I think it's now if you're in the youth setup, you've played a lot of games at
Yeah, it's a
certain youth
I
level.
think they've done it by percentage
Yeah.
now. You know, it's percentage.
I think you
can't
can,
remember the
but
percentages.
it's not as easy as just Spain just like, yeah, I like that one. I
Yeah,
want that one.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot
Yeah.
different. You don't have to go for that.
100%.
But I think there's going to be a lot of gems in this tournament. A lot of players are probably going to end up getting big moves.
No, because I think that's the difficult thing, because every time, like, let's say people always ask me that, oh yeah, who should my club go from? Like, it's hard to know because I'm not a scout. Because again, you can't go for the guys that everyone is going for, because people like Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, they always get first dibs. So the beauty of this tournament is you're going to be seeing a lot of stars who will now make a name for themselves. It's like, all right, so this is like a perfect scouting thing of like, then I think this is going to be a tournament where we're going to see guys who we've not really heard a lot about.
Yeah.
So a lot of Premier League clubs will be viewing this and say, oh, geez, this guy looks pretty good. This will actually work in our system. And I think in a Venezuela, in an Ecuador, in all of these other teams, I think they're actually going to be able to rise and actually be able to pretty much like actually have a few players that would actually Premier League guys will say, oh, I actually like this guy. So you were going to see at least 3 or 4 guys we've never really heard about.
This is why I'm
come
actually looking forward to seeing Venezuela, because that under 17 side or under 20 side, so whatever it was, in 2017 gave England one hell of a game in the final. For them to get all the way to the final in the World Cup, that small nation of Venezuela is an accomplishment itself. And to push England as hard as they did, there's some good players in there. To see how they've matured now and into the senior squad, I'm actually looking forward to seeing them play.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have a clue what their names are. I won't have a clue, but I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, but considering also what's going on in their country at the moment, I think it's just great that they have the opportunity to go international and be on the big.
There's a story.
What, you know, what's mad about, we're talking about like young. I mean, we already know him, but I think who could have been a star this tournament is Vinicius, and I can't believe he hasn't been taken. It's actually
Lucas Moura. What about Lucas Moura?
No, but
he
like,
don't deserve to go. He's too bald.
But like, let's be honest. Like, you know what you were saying
Can't
about
be 25 and
Willian.
bald
The thing
like
is,
that.
Willian is one of those players who does turn up for his yeah.
It's not 25 anymore.
Did you see how I ignored it?
Excuse me.
People seem to automatically think that you just have the emotional capability of dealing with being bald. It is hard. But anyway, Vinicius, should have been the one called up instead of Willian. I know Willian does perform for his country, but Vinicius, come on, man, you need these players,
man.
man.
I mean, like, you're smoking crack, bringing in Willian over Lucas Moura and Vinicius. That's just glue talking, man. Seriously, that's just glue talking.
I think he would have.
Just letting them know he smokes crack. Go and watch Netflix or go and watch Narcos for that.
No, but I think I am really actually excited for this Copa America. I think this is actually going to be a really good tournament, just because I just think, like, in years gone by, Brazil has always been either a huge favourite. Argentina has already been a really huge favourite. I think the beauty about it, because I would say like Copa America is the best tournament for footballing skill. Just for purely,
it always has been.
For technical ability.
It's always has been. So I just think like,
it's a very streetwise tournament.
And also I think there's a lot of progression on attacking, and also it's very aggressive.
You're
very
allowed
intensive.
to. They want you to, innit? The whole point of this is to entertain. They that's all you want in a Copa America.
No.
Just footballing entertainment.
Because like, what's it called? Like in the final in 2016, like Chile and Argentina, basically like the tackles were really aggressive. And Messi was like, yo, ref, I could do anything. And ref said, no, this is South America. Stuff is different, bro. So,
The guy was going to say like, next man blood on his face.
Oh, God. Matt, what do you think is special about this tournament? What are you looking forward to?
As Hope said it, I think it's a technical ability. I think in this is where you get a lot more showboating. And to a degree, you get a little less tactical battles, so it is literally like you get more one-on-one duels, you'll get more end-to-end games. So I think it's going to be like high adrenaline in these type of
tournaments. Do you reckon we get lots of goals as well?
100%. Because I think
tournament.
there's not really like
there'll be no 0-0s.
I don't think there's like an amazing defensive team. Like some teams are better defensively.
Paraguay.
Actually, I'll say Uruguay for me personally, thinking of it now. But other than those two, though, you wouldn't say everyone else is they're great defensively. So there's going to be goals all over the shop, and I can't wait to see.
It'll definitely be entertaining.
There's going to be a breakout star as well. I'm waiting to see.
And you know what? As well, passion. These South American teams, when they play for their country, these players, they really, really want to perform for their country. There's no way you could say that, it used to be labelled against England that these guys don't care about the shirt. You can never say that about any South American player.
No, you can't.
When they play for their country, it's all out just passion and the want to do for their country. I think that is something that I really enjoy watching when you watch South American football. They just leave it out on the pitch. They come off the pitch, they're shattered. Do you know what I mean? They don't work their arse off.
All right, great guys. Well, then just new styles, passion, maybe even a little bit of blood, right? I can't wait for it. We'll make sure to talk about it in our next show next week as well, and follow us closely. So come and join us. Follow us on all the social media channels. We always love to hear from you, and see you next week. Bye bye.
Green tea.